Funeral services are later today for longtime Bexar County Judge Karen Crouch. Last week, Crouch died from injuries she sustained in a car crash that happened back in 2011. Her sister-in-law died in the head-on collision caused by a teen driver in Vermont. Crouch suffered life-threatening internal injuries and underwent several surgeries. She was on the bench for over 2 decades before retiring in 2018 to focus on her family and her health. Funeral services will be held at San Antonio Presbyterian on San Pedro Avenue. A viewing will be held from 4 to 7 p.m. this evening, and a worship service begins at 7. Judge Crouch was 62 years old.
A former Bexar County constable convicted of tampering with evidence is having to wait a little longer to learn her fate. Michelle Vela is due back in court on October 24th. Attorneys in the prosecution in the case are preparing to make their case on whether a former employee should be allowed to testify. Mark D. Garcia served as a captain under Vela. Last week, he agreed to testify against her in exchange for having his own charges dropped. Judge Vela Meza has now given attorneys and prosecutors 2 weeks to prepare.
This morning, a strategic city in Ukraine is still reeling after a stunning Russian missile strike that killed more than a dozen civilians.
As ABC's Jay O'Brien reports, it came after Russian President Vladimir Putin accused Ukrainian forces of blowing up a critical bridge connecting Russia to the occupied territory of Crimea.
Overnight, large explosions heard in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky confirming the explosions are from Russian missile attacks in multiple cities, saying Russia is trying to, quote, wipe us off the face of the earth. It comes as the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia is still reeling from a Russian missile strike Sunday that killed at least 17 civilians. Rescuers pulling survivors out of the rubble. Ukraine's president calling the attack absolute evil. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin is now labeling the massive explosion Saturday at a crucial Russian bridge a terrorist attack. Before and after satellite images showing the damage to this vital supply line for Moscow's military, connecting Russia to the Crimean Peninsula, which Putin illegally annexed in 2014. Ukraine has not directly claimed responsibility. As Ukrainian forces continue making tactical gains in occupied regions in the country's south and east, President Biden's stirring warning saying Putin is not joking when making nuclear threats now hangs over the conflict. Biden adding, we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. The White House saying there is no new intelligence that Putin is planning an imminent use of nuclear weapons and defending the president's comments.
What the president was reflecting was that the stakes are high right now, given what's going on the battlefield in Ukraine and given the very irresponsible and reckless comments made by Vladimir Putin in just the last few days.
Putin has also appointed a new general, Sergei Surovikin, to oversee military operations in Ukraine. He's best known for what's been described as total ruthlessness during bombing campaigns in Syria. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
In other news, North Korea says its recent barrage of missile launches were tests of its tactical nuclear weapons to, quote, hit and wipe out potential South Korean and U.S. targets, end quote. Its leader Kim Jong-un has signaled he would conduct more provocative tests. Today's North Korean statement is seen as an attempt to popularize Kim as he is struggling to overcome difficulties such as pandemic-related economic hardships. State media says North Korea's recent missile tests were in response to recent naval drills between U.S. and South Korean forces. Those drills involved the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, the USS Ronald Reagan.